www.DESIblitz.com.
This is Muhammad Ayub and you're watching DESIblitz.com. Well, in the late 60s, we were selling Asian records. We were the only shop in Birmingham, almost in the country, who was catering for the Asian music, which was very, very popular at that time because the films were very popular. There was matinee shows going around. There were 3 or 4 cinemas in this vicinity. We were on Balsett Road at that time. And then in 1969, we were approached by a couple of young groups, Bhujhangy group and Anari Sangeet Party, and they asked me if I can record their performances. The first Anari Sangeet Party recording was Lus Lus Kar De Angani, and you remember that was a mega hit song at that time. Then came groups like Apna Sangeet in Birmingham, and you can see so many other groups sprang up at that time. The Bhangra scene became really live. People who were away from their homes, they were only listening to the Western music. They didn't have any sort of entertainment as far as Asian music was concerned. There was no music played on the radios at that time. There were hardly any Asian program. There were only half-an-hour Asian program on the BBC Radio 4. We realized there's a need for music company, because this way we can keep our next generation in touch with our own music, our own culture, our own language. And also I was working for the BBC Radio, where there was a big request for the local music produced from here, because that was contemporary to the modern English music. So we thought we should fill that gap in. In 75, I realized to promote local talent, we should start a song contest, and we actually organized a national Asian song contest in collaboration with the BBC local radio stations throughout the country, and people used to participate in that, send their entries via their own local radio stations, and then we should sift through those entries and bring the 10 best music acts to perform in front of judges. And that's how this song contest became very, very popular, and it carried on until 2001, which the last one was held at the Symphony Hall, Birmingham. 1970s, a friend of mine from London, Mr. Hidayat, he used to record for us in Pakistan. In fact, he recorded all Ustad Ghulam Ali Khan's concerts in England in 1975, which are brilliant recordings that even today people love those recordings. He brought some recordings from Faisalabad, and we are sitting in this studio. We had big reel-to-reel Sony's 10-inch, and he brought a couple of reels. He said, listen to this, I have recorded some qawwals. And in 1977, I remember we were 3 people in that room, and we put this reel on, and all of a sudden everybody was mesmerized when we heard that first tape, Haq Ali Ali, Haq Ali Ali, and that was Nusrat's first introduction to us. And I thought, this is a wonderful angelic voice which we must introduce to the whole world, and whole world should benefit from this great singer. We have sadly lost the live scene because now people can produce their own music in their own bedroom because with the technology available at this time. I'm sure you will get lots of new artists because they can get their introduction via YouTube and other media, but on the other way you will lose this live musicians and live concerts and live activity in the Asian music. That is a sad thing, but otherwise it's very good that we have got better technology and better facilities to produce more artists. We were fortunate to have artists like Malkit Singh, Pardesi Geet Group. When I heard Malkit's voice for the first time, we thought this is the pure folk Punjabi sound, and that was the golden voice which we thought can become very, very popular. We started recording him in 1987, and until now we have recorded 21 albums, and you know that they have been mega hit albums. The trends have changed. Now there are more hip-hop and modern type of singers around the country. The catalog is not only Bhangra artists, it's Qawwalis, it's classical music, it's folk music, we have religious music as well, we have Shabas, Bhajans, Qawwalis, Naats, recitation from the Holy Quran, Gujaratis, Bengalis. So it's a vast amount of catalog. I mean, we must keep our culture alive, we must pass our traditions on to our next generation. Living in this country, I'm sure they would have been totally westernized, listening to the Madonnas and the Michael Jacksons. And I felt that unless we do something, this will be very difficult to keep our language alive and our culture alive. And that's why we started Asian Song Contest. We had radio programs, and then we had these groups performing all over the country and producing lovely new music for our younger generations. And our younger generations have enjoyed those and been together, and they have acquired their own culture and own traditions, and they learned their culture, they learned their music, and that's how I think it has become very useful.